Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. So there is a lot wrong with the E46. In order to keep this video as short as I can, I'm just going to jump straight to the video and quickly speak about each issue with the BMW E46, which was produced between 1997 for the 98 model through 2006, so you can either be better educated about your ride or your upcoming purchase. Let's get started. Oil leaks. The valve cover gasket usually fails around 60,000 miles. This is the number one repair on these vehicles, usually leaks on the exhaust manifold and causes some smoking. It is an easy fix in my opinion. There is also an oil filter housing gasket that can cause an oil leak as well. Window regulators just fell. It's not the quickest repair, but it's not overly difficult to do. Coolant leaking in these locations I'm about to speak about, mainly due to everything being plastic. The most common leak is the coolant temperature O-ring that cracks and becomes hard, easy and cheap fix. The water pump, which is a bit harder to replace but can be done with patience. The pulley system on the water pump is made of plastic and can break as well. The thermostat housing can also leak. The radiator itself can also leak, and you will have to replace the radiator if that occurs. The reservoir coolant storage tank can also leak, and the hoses can corrode and leak. Basically, most of the cooling system can have issues. Surging blower motor fans that is caused by a failing fan resistor. Also not too hard of a job and can be done by novice. Door locks fail to work properly, and that can be caused by the actuators going bad or the GM5 module going bad, which is very pricey to replace, but you can repair it. Jolting sensation in the steering wheel, and the wheel kind of jolts itself. This is caused by a control arm bushing failure. This is not the easiest thing to replace, but can definitely be done. Leaking power steering fluid from the power steering hoses, and they are tough to get to, but also can be done. Door lock cylinder goes bad and just spins when you twist the key. You can rebuild it or buy a new one. Noise coming from the top of the doors. This is just due to worn door sill. It's an older car, and with anything older that is used, things wear out. The 330i motor burns oil, and you can delete the entire CCV system and install an oil catch can setup that should fix most of the burning issue. Taillight bulb goes out, and it's due to the bad bulb socket in the taillight, and if fixed by a DIY, can typically cost around $20. Fan clutch bearing going bad and causing the fan to slowly tear apart, usually indicated by a loud fan noise like a truck. So replace the fan as soon as you start hearing the loud fan noise. Faulty hydraulic lifters, which causes ticking noise around the valve cover gasket. This is due to not letting the oil get around the entire engine and warming up before driving and taking a lot of short trips. And it's a much more involved thing to fix. You can do a troubleshooting method to see if that fixes the issue first. Vano sills wearing out around 120,000 miles, and you will start losing lower end power. Replacing the sills will fix that issue. Wheel speed sensors going bad and causing lights on the dash. Vacuum leaking in the engine bay. That can be from many locations, but if you see smoking with your leak, it might be the CCV system hoses leaking that can cause a misfire code. The DISA valve can also cause a leak and cause odd noises, giving codes P0171 or P0174, and the secondary air system leaking as well, also giving a check engine light. The kidney grill's latch tabs start breaking, and you can lose one of the grills while driving. So if they rattle, I will replace them as soon as you can to avoid any insurance claims. Weak rear subframe and rear shock mounts. So grab yourself a rear shock mount reinforcement and grab a rear subframe reinforcement kit before your rear end cracks and falls out. And this can be done at home as seen by Shop Live TV. Also, the bushing can go bad and cause clunking during drive and reverse. Rubber seals throughout the car go bad and get crusty. This can cause potential leaks around the windows. However, they don't always leak. They typically just look like crap. The headliner just goes saggy, and to replace it properly, it's a job and a half. But you can use the clear-headed twist pin method to fix it cheap. Occupancy sensor under the seats can go bad and cause an airbag light on the dash. Oil level sensor going bad, causing an oil light when you don't have low oil. Easy replacement during an oil change. The driveshaft flex disc gets worn down and causes the car to vibrate. If you fail to repair this promptly, the entire rear diff can fail entirely, and that is a pretty penny. Man, that was a lot. So what is my ending verdict? I think the E46 is a fantastic chassis, but of course you should be ready to have your work cut out for you. You may not go very broke because the parts have gotten much cheaper from how much they were, but if you can work on your own cars and you're willing to tackle a few harder issues, then the E46 is an awesome car to have. However, if you have zero knowledge of cars and expect a mechanic to do your repairs, do not buy this car. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and stay tuned. This is Chris at AutoMotivate. Always appreciate one another. I'll see you next time.